Alright, how you guys doing? Long time no see. Sorry, I was sick for a little while. Came down with the flu. I tell you, man, it's a very scary time to get sick. I mean, in Hawaii, I don't think we had any cases of the coronavirus, but you get a fever, start coughing, you're not feeling well. You just can't, your imagination goes, it's, oh, what if I got the coronavirus? Start searching the internet, oh, symptoms, fevers, oh, I got a fever, coughing, one of them was sore throat. Oh, my throat's not that sore, but you overthink it, like maybe it is sore. Oh, but I'm better now. Sorry for the delay. I'm actually, so it's not morning time right now, it's actually 9 p.m. I was tied up this morning beating my friend Kenshi in golf today. Hope he's watching. But yeah, actually, the morning, the next few days I'm gonna be a little tied up. So I decided I'll just make videos whenever I can, whether it's afternoon or evening. I think it really doesn't matter to you guys, right? If it's first thing in the morning or not. But it started off as a morning thing because I don't know if you remember, but I mentioned earlier that I've just been trying to wake up earlier in the morning. That's how this whole thing started. But I'm still waking up early, just starting to get a little more busy now. So let's do it. Today, it's hot. Okay, so last time we went over the sliding technique. Oops. So hopefully that's working out for you. I want to cover two picking techniques today. So this one is called the vibrato. It's a lot more subtle, but it just kind of sounds something like this. If you can hear, I'm just picking the string and my left hand is moving up and down. I'm just kind of giving it a little wavy sound like this, okay? Another common way to do this is a lot of people like to go side to side like this. I prefer to go up and down. I feel like, motorcycle. I feel like by going up and down, I have more control. So even if I want to just go, let's say I want to go a little bigger, I normally don't want to change the pitch that much, but I have the option. I can go fast, I can go slow, maybe just one time or two times, okay? So that's the vibrato, and I'll explain more about that later. The other technique I wanted to go over was the bend, which is very similar to a vibrato, but in this case, we're actually trying to change the pitch. Okay, so we got the bend and we got the vibrato. So let's get to it. All right, so, by the way, I did have a question, and it was about the straps. Someone was asking, I can't remember what the question was exactly, but the thing is, I'm using my phone to record, so I can't really check it, but I think it was about different straps. So if you notice, I'm kind of using more of a guitar style strap, where I got this end tied to my headstock here, and on this end, I got it linked to my pickup. Okay. Some people will just put the pin, in it so you can hold it. If you notice, Jake doesn't use a strap like this. He uses the one sometimes that goes around your neck, goes over, and clips on the soundboard. Okay. So, if I'm not mistaken, I believe this person wanted to know the difference. Okay, so when we first started playing the ukulele, when we were a lot younger, straps weren't that common. Okay, so we weren't using straps as much. I actually started using this strap when I started teaching. And the main reason is usually I'm standing, I have a board like this, the students are there, and then, so we talk and I try to demonstrate something, and anytime I had to help somebody, I would have to put imagine I gotta put my ukulele down to show them, okay, this finger over here, this finger over here, okay, now try, and what I would always have to do, whoa, oh yeah, I forgot, the battery's in there. Okay, so what I would always have to do is put my ukulele down on a table, go over there, help them, pick up my ukulele, demonstrate something. If I want to write on the board, I have to put my ukulele down again, take the pen, take out the cap, write, put it down, pick up my ukulele again, and you get the picture, right? So with a strap like this, I can go hands-free. So I can demonstrate, and then I can go and help, I can go and write, so that's how it started. And I guess once I started using the strap, I just got more and more comfortable with it. And I've been using it for a long time, and I actually have a difficult time now playing without the strap because I'm so used to playing with it and practicing with it. Okay, so what Jake does is he uses a strap that goes around the body. Okay, now the thing is, when you use this style of strap, you cannot be hands-free because you need this hand to hold it up, or you need this hand to hold it like this. So you can use one hand, but you're still not completely hands-free. Okay, but for me, if you were to ask me, I feel more comfortable with this strap now because I've been using it. And I must have, throughout over the years, I must have started picking up, well, I won't call it bad habits, but I don't have to hold the ukulele up anymore. So my fingers can just play, okay? So maybe there's a lot of things where if I didn't have a strap, I wouldn't be able to move my hands a certain way, but I just don't know because I always had the strap. Okay, so I'm so comfortable with this setup that this is how I play. Now Jake doesn't like this setup for a couple of reasons. One is he feels like he doesn't have the freedom, the space. He mentioned he wants to move, but he feels like he's stuck to the instrument. And if you watch him, he likes to move around a lot, and he feels like the strap kind of doesn't allow him to do that. And I think we talked about this in, I don't remember which episode, but as far as rhythm, right? Trying to keep time, your body movements, your legs tapping the floor, your shoulders rocking back and forth, your hands, arms, everything. That's what helps you stay in time, okay? So Jake feels a little restricted, he doesn't like it. The other thing he doesn't like about using the strap is when you have the headstock and the body like this and you put pressure on it, he feels that you lose some sustain and the sound kind of changes because it's almost like it's not this bad, but if someone were to hold the headstock like this and the ukulele like this, you're basically restricting the vibration of the instrument, okay? And that's going to alter the sound, give you less sustain. To be honest, I can't really tell the difference, okay? But I just trust Jake, so I believe him, but I teach more than I perform, so I just use a strap. So that's pretty much the difference between this style of strap and the neck strap. And to be honest, Jake's a better player than I am. I would just listen to him. Whoa. Sorry, I just changed my strings. I'm really out of tune. Okay, so I hope that helped with the question. anyways, I wanted to talk about the vibrato. Okay, so the vibrato, okay, once again, it looks something like this. Okay, so if you can hear that. So let me explain the point of a vibrato is, okay, because you don't want to just use it, you want to understand why we use it. So imagine this, you're walking and you see your friend across the street, okay, and you want to get their attention and you try to yell at them and they kind of hear their name, so they start looking around but they don't see you. What would you do, right? You raise your hand and you just kind of, just to kind of stand out a little more, try to get their attention, okay, and then they might look around and they see you, oh, hey, how are you? Okay, so you wouldn't go crazy, right? Like, hey, I'm over here, da 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 da. Okay, just so that's what the vibrato is. It's like I want to bring out a certain note. I want you to hear this note. Okay, I just want that note to ring out. So I'll usually use a vibrato when I'm gonna let the note sustain. So if I had to play something like, that's where I use it. But I use a slide there too. Can you hear just a real subtle? Okay, so this is a very uncomfortable feeling in the beginning. Everybody's gonna feel more comfortable going sideways. But I feel like when you go sideways, well, for me especially, I have a hard time controlling the vibrato. I can only go fast. Oh. Okay, but when I go up and down, even if I just want to do it one time, just like that, a real subtle. Oh, maybe that's too much. Yeah, just like that. 2 times. Is it 3 times? Okay, so that's all it is. Okay, so the thing with the vibrato is it's really uncomfortable when you try to use your finger and bend with your finger like this, okay? What I'm doing is I'm holding the string down and my hand is moving this way, okay? Just turn your wrist like you're turning a doorknob. I don't know, something like that. Okay, so my hand looks like this and my hand is just kind of turning like that. Okay, so I'm not using my finger like this. Okay, so I got. Okay, it's a real subtle. Okay, so it's this kind of motion. Okay, using your finger gets really difficult. So it's funny because I remember learning all these techniques before, and I couldn't do it. It was really difficult. But I would always practice, so hopefully, I hope you guys know that I can understand and I still remember what it was like when I was learning these things. And I'm just assuming that you're gonna feel the same way that I felt. And as I practiced, I started to realize these little things like, oh yeah, it's not my finger trying to push the string up and down, it's my hand just turning, okay, just like this. Okay, so I hope this helps. And this is called a vibrato. Okay, so whenever you're gonna play a note and you want it to sustain, and then you want your listeners to kind of hear it more, or just kind of, you want it to, I don't know, you want them to just notice it. To me, that's what the vibrato does. So that's the vibrato. The bend. Okay, the bend, we're actually trying to change the pitch. So we're gonna practice bending on high D. Okay, so space number 5 on the A string. So what I'm gonna do is put finger number 1 on high C, finger number 2 on high C sharp, and finger number 3 on high D. Okay, now what I'm doing, this is a little different because actually we're not doing like the vibrato where we're just turning our hand. This time we're pushing with our fingers, okay? But we're gonna push with all 3 fingers. So this is gonna be a little difficult. You gotta build up some strength, but you can put your thumb a little bit on the top and just all 3 fingers push up. Okay, so the secret is to squeeze the strings, okay, and you don't want to be directly on top because this is what's going to happen. Your finger will slip off the string like this. Okay, you have to imagine that you're trying to trap the string. Okay, so right here. So this is your string, okay, and I want to push it up. Okay, you don't want your finger directly on top of the string like this. Is this more clear? So what's going to happen is your finger is just going to come off the string. Okay, you have to keep your finger on the string, but trap it so you can push it up this way. Okay, not like this and slide off. Okay, kind of like on top but a little lower, and then push it up. Okay, you're not rolling the string like this. Okay? You're not rolling it up. Oops. You're actually just pushing it up. Okay, and you're using 3 fingers. I don't know if that example helped at all, but I'll do it. Okay, look at my fingers. 1, 2, 3. Thumb on top and just pick and push up. So I'm kind of squeezing. I'm pushing up with 3 fingers, but I'm also using my thumb to kind of come down. Okay, and we're changing the pitch. And normally when we bend, we usually bend a half note. So for example, if this is D, the note we're looking for is D sharp. So instead of just going to D sharp, I'm going to try to, oh, too far. About there. Oh, about there. Somewhere around there. Okay, but it's a bend, so it doesn't have to be exactly on pitch. Okay. Okay, so if I'm in the key of C, let me play my loop real quick. Tune up real quick, sorry. Okay, so in the key of C, I can bend on D. Another technique we can use sometimes, okay? And it's just it's like a slide, just a different way to go to a note, right? A different way to connect notes. Okay, now here's another fun one. We have another D on the E string, space number 10. So E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D. So same thing, I'm gonna put my 3 fingers down. And here's a tricky one where you're gonna bend on D. And it's a little easier because as you come up on this side, more in the middle of the strings become a little softer. So it's easier to push up. Same thing, all 3 fingers. And then I'm going to pick high A on the A string, space number 12. So I'm going to bend, pick, bend, pick. Oh, I found my nail down. You guys can try it. So you're gonna bend. The bend technique is the same. You push with all 3 fingers. Thumb on the top to give you a little leverage. Okay, so one more time. Bend, pick. Oh, and just to explain what I did was, my fingernails on my left hand was a little long. So when I was bending up, my nail was kind of catching the string above. So I filed it down, and now I'm not catching the string above. Okay, so bend, pick, and you can use that maybe. Another cool one is, same thing, okay, this one's a little different because we're only going to use one finger to bend. Our middle finger here. So this is on your D, right? E string space number 10. And my ring finger is on high G. And I'm going to go, I'm going to pick two strings. And I'm going to bend the D. This is kind of a hard one. I think this one was really difficult for me. I forget. I can't remember if it was this one or this one. Oh. But they're both kind of hard because you want to, as you bend up, your ring finger is naturally going to pull down, right? And it's kind of a weird, your A string goes off the fretboard and your ring finger wants to go up. Okay, so it takes a while, but just practice pulling up, pushing up, and pick. And at the same time. Okay, so how would we use that? Okay, so we can come in with this one, the regular, bend number 1. So we got vibratos and bends. And like I said, just practice the techniques. Okay, as you get comfortable with them, you can start applying them to whatever songs you're trying to learn or whatever style you play. It's just good to know. So let me review real quick. The vibrato. Okay, this is the one where you shake with your hands, or you kind of, not shake your hands, you can shift it back and forth. And if you guys notice, did you guys hear that? There. That's my nail going past the C string, and when I come down, my nail's catching the string and I'm picking it. So it sounds like this. Okay. And you don't want that. So I file it down a little bit more. Okay, so you gotta take care of your nails. Oh, why do I feel like there was another question that I'm missing? Oh, the slides. Question was on wounded strings. Okay, so this is nylon strings, and when you slide, it's a very clean, smooth slide. Okay, but sometimes if you're using a low G or even the C, sometimes depending on the brand of the brand of ukulele strings you're using. Sometimes the C string comes with a wounded string, so it's not as smooth as a nylon. I haven't played an ukulele with a wounded string for a very, very long time. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe you can. It's not going to be as smooth on your fingers, but I believe that edginess, that rough feeling on your fingers, I don't think it translates through the pickup. I can't quite remember it. there's definitely a different feeling when you're sliding on a walnut string. It's like sliding on a guitar string. It's pretty rough feeling, but I don't think the sound changes. Oh. Let me see. Let's see. Yeah, so you can definitely hear it acoustically. Right, and it's very rough sounding. Let me see if you can hear it through the pickup. Oh, I don't even know if this works. There's a walnut string. I can't tell if it's coming out through that or... Oh yeah, you can hear it. I think you can hear it, because I can definitely hear the squeakiness. I can't tell if I'm hearing it through the amp or if I'm just hearing it through here. But I know if I go slowly like this, I don't think it's coming out through the amp. You can hear it. Oh, that's a good question. So, I guess my answer is you can't get a smooth slide on walnut strings. I'm gonna go with that answer. I don't know if that's correct. That's a good question, but I'll be honest with you guys. I, by all means, am not trying to say that I know all the answers to everything. I have no problem trying to figure out, you know, an answer for you guys, and if I don't know, I'll just tell you I don't know. But that's what I tried to do. So I tried to slide smoothly. Well, you saw what I tried to do. I tried to slide smoothly, and basically on the walnut strings you can hear that squeaky sound. But what I was trying to understand is if that squeaky sound comes out through the amp. And when I tried it, it's hard because the amp's right here and I'm right here, and I hear the squeak and I can't tell if it's coming out through the amp or the guitar. So take a guess, I guess, I don't know. Okay, so anyways, what I'm gonna do is start doing these videos whenever I have time, morning time, lunchtime, nighttime, anytime. And I'll try to do as many as I can. Now this is what I learned. I know in the beginning, I had no idea really what YouTube was, you know, as far as having a channel and stuff. I didn't understand what subscribing meant and liking or follow this page or what. But I do know this. What I learned is that if you subscribe, you will be notified. I don't know if it's by email. It must be by email, I would think. But if you subscribe to the channel, every time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Okay, and now that, you know, I'm not so consistent with my once a day, if you do want to follow, then you can subscribe. And I believe I'm going to do another video tonight. So when I can, you know, I'll try to put out 2 or 3 videos if I can, to make up for a day that I missed or something like that. But, or if you want to just keep checking in, you don't have to subscribe. I don't know. I mean, I don't really know what the difference is. But all right, so you guys have a great day. And in case I don't do another video tonight, I'll see you soon. But I think I'm going to do one more. All right, have a great day.